Hey YouTube, Adam from A to Z Racing here. Welcome back for another video. Today we're working on Team Z Motorsports tubular front end. We got the unwelded version. So we have a little bit more work to do than some of the other videos that are out there. Thought maybe we'd put it on video and show you kind of how we fumble through it. Let's do this. All right, so first things first, we've watched a couple videos and we know that we need to cut the car, because that's what we're doing. We're cutting off the front end, put on a tubular front end. So first things first, we know that we need to cut back or on this on the shock mount here. I'm going to cut it right around this area, straight down. And in some of the other videos we noted that you leave about 1/4 of an inch a well in this area here. That way you have something nice to weld to. So right now we're just going and taking some measurements. As always, measure 3 times and cut once. And yeah, we'll check back here in a minute. Alright guys, we just watched a couple videos and we think we got a decent grasp on what we need to do, but we're going to be a little bit
cautious.
I like that word. We're going to be a little bit more cautious and take it back a little bit differently in some of the videos that we've seen. So, what I mean is in some of the videos, they tell you from the firewall back to about this line here is about 16.5 inches. But we decided that it might be easier for us to go ahead and start in this area and just cut it right straight back. Just a straight line all the way down, get rid of all that area there to mess with, and then we can get in there and be a little bit more surgical. So, right now, that's the plan. We're getting the saw out and getting that taken care of. Check back.
Give me some earphones.
All right, let's try again. Ready? Ready. Losing some weight there. All right guys, you saw it here. Just got the front end cut off. Now it's time for the surgical knife. Now we're gonna take it back to 16.25 and then go from there. Let's get it. All right guys, just got done taking off the passenger side. Took it down to probably about 1/2 inch.
No, about that.
Yeah, it's about 1/2 inch away from where we need to be.
A little less, but somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, give me a little bit more. Always need a little bit more. So, take a look at what we're dealing with here. So, cut it down. We left a little bit of a lip here, just because we weren't sure exactly how far to take that. And then down in here, like I said, we took it down to about about 1/2 inch or maybe a little bit more. And so what we did, what we've talked about now, the next game plan is to obviously cut the other side, cut the driver's side, get that taken care of, and then we're gonna come back with the welder. And we're going to weld in these 1/8 inch plates onto the shock tower, and that way we know about how far down to grind. So that's the next step, cutting the driver's side and then busting out the welder. We'll check you on the other side. All right, guys. So we just got done taking all the metal down, got it to about where we want to get it. Cleaned up the entire area up really, really well with a grinder and a wire brush. So take a look. This is where we're at. So nice and clean, been wiped down, ready to weld.
Because we'll see how that thing fits.
Hey guys, all right. So we just got done welding on the plates to the shock mount, the shock tower, and so now we're really going to refine our line here. So see what I'm talking about. So again, remember from the body from the firewall there to here needs to be 16 1/4. 16 1/4 needs to be flush, straight up and down, so we can insert these plates that Team Z gave us that look like this. Okay, we insert that into the existing frame like so, and it lines up with the hole that's there. But there's no hole on either side. Everything that we've watched, there's always been a hole, where are we here? Right in this area. So we can line these plates up with the existing body holes. So we're gonna have to kind of wing this one again. Like I said, we're feeling our way through this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and refine our measurement to 16 1/4, make sure everything is perpendicular, the original body lines, and then we're going to probably pound out this side here. We're trying to fit it in right now, and it's not fitting properly.
Yeah, we'll have to do a little grinding and trimming.
We're gonna have to trim it a little bit, but like I said, see the tab there? See how there's supposed to be a hole there, right under his thumb, right in this area here, and well, it's not there. So that's what measuring tapes are for, and welders. So we're going to go ahead and get after that and try to get these plates inserted in, and we're going to drill our own holes so that they're secure, and we'll go from there.
Line it up well that we can re-weld metal.
So yeah, so we're trying to fit this bracket into the frame rail now, and it's not going properly. We're having to move some things around, but I just wanted to show you real quick a little trick that Z just pulled off that probably helped some of y'all that have the same issue. So we were using the cutoff wheel, kind of trimming things down, and we just trimmed right in here, right along this line here. See that? Right there. Just cut that out a little bit. That way you can move that metal to where you need it, kind of pounding it up and out. So just a little trick there, might help. All right guys, so we just got done with the passenger side plate, all welded in, taken care of. Check it out. Okay, so I wanted to show you something we improvised on. Instead of using the bolt into the hole that was allegedly there, which it was not, we just ended up welding it. Decided, why did we need it bolted in and not welded? Got the welder, might as well just weld it in. It ain't coming out, it's permanent. So anyway, working on the driver's side now, getting the plate all fixed. There's Z back there working on it. We'll check back. All right guys, so we're moving fast and furious now. We got everything, got the plates welded to the shock mounts, nice and clean, okay? Everything's been ground down, nice and pretty. So what we're doing there is obviously we're trying to fit these pipes. We don't know how they go. We're just trying to kind of make it work. Watching videos and using our best guess. So where we're at right now, we've got everything kind of tacked up, just for a quick mock, seeing how everything fits. We think we're in the ballpark here. So yeah, on to the next side.
20.5 inches on center.
All right, so a bit of a reference point here, where we've got all that welded up, just tacked right now. We're about 21, 20 and a half.
It's on center.
Yep, 20 and a half on center, he said. So just to give you a bit of a reference point on where we're at. So there you go. All right, guys, so we've got the other side tacked up now. We've got the level on it. Here, check it out. See where we're at. So this was the second attempt on this one here. We had to move it a little bit because our level wasn't quite right. So now, I mean, it's not the gnat's ass, but it'll do, right? So now we're getting the, now we're gonna get the front bar taken care of. But first we need to weld up the brackets. And the way we're gonna do this, which is pretty smart in my opinion, is we're gonna bolt them to the existing front bar that has the brackets on it, and then we're gonna set that on to where we're at here. We're gonna set that up down there and weld it up from there. So, check back here in a minute.
You kidding me?
All right, so we've got the brackets bolted on here. See that? Okay, got the brackets bolted on. So now it's just time to check the fitment. If, like you said, this is another big test.
See if we're close.
See if we're close. Just toss it on there.
Oh,
fits amazingly.
perfection.
It really is. It really fits well. See, there's no gaps right there. It's not wonky at all. So, all right, next step. Gonna go ahead and hold that up there and tack it on. Check back. All right, guys, we're about ready to break for lunch now. Just want to check in and show you what we got going on here before we break. It's all coming together really well. I'm kind of shocked, actually. It's not as hard as I was imagining. But everything right now is tacked in. Everything's been measured. We're within the bubble, level-wise. And this bar here, where are we here? There we are. This guy here, we just, again, watched a video, tried to figure out about where everybody had theirs at. And we noticed that it was kind of right underneath that joint there. So that's about where we put. Then we measured it from the pipe to the junction there. We were getting about 5.5, 5 3/4 inches from here, from the top of this bracket here to the center of this bracket here. So just to give you some reference, and this one's a little bit closer, but it's all coming together really nicely. I'm pretty happy with it. So, all right, well, it's lunchtime now. We've been at this, what, 3 hours?
3 hours.
About 3 hours or so, and I'd say we're probably about 50% done. That's a really good guess, though. I have no idea. But anyway, we'll see you after lunch. All right, guys, back here in the shop after lunch. Got some nourishment in our bodies, and so our brains work good. We're finishing up all the welding. They're back behind me. Z's getting all the joints welded up and taken care of, and we're ready to move on to the next step. We got one more bar and then several brackets and things like that. So, gonna be working on that. So, check back then. All right, guys, so we're ready to move on to the next step. Everything's all welded up, looking pretty good. So, again, no directions, so we're trying to have to figure this all out on our own. We believe the next step, but we believe, I can't even, here, hold that up there, please. So we believe that bracket goes something like that. Maybe a little bit more tilted outward, somewhere in there. We believe it's going to hold on the fender and also count or act as a brace for this other long bar that's going to be going across the top there. So here we go, checking it out. Okay, guys, so interesting little issue we're having. Here, check this out. So what we're looking at here is the fender and the bumper. Go ahead and put that up there. See how far out this looks. That's not right. That bumper needs to be tucked back into this area here. See the paint on that maroon part right there? This is what I'm talking about right here. See that? See how far we are from the edge of the bumper to the edge of that paint there? It's about 3 inches, which is almost about that there. That's about 3 inches. So we're trying to figure this out. We don't know quite why we're having these issues.
Could be, because this is not a Fox body Mustang.
So he's saying this isn't a Fox body Mustang. So this is a '79 Mercury Zephyr, which was based on the Fox body. But we're assuming that everything doesn't necessarily line up the same. Because like earlier we showed that bolt hole in the frame of the car wasn't there for the alignment purposes. So obviously something's a little different, right? Where are we going from here? Well, it's the end of day one for sure. We're both tired and you know, our brains need a rest. So what we're thinking for tomorrow, first things first, is to get this cross member here. So what we did is a little simple piece of aluminum here. We measured out 48¼ inches. We decided that that was about where it needed to be. So we have those in the bolt holes now, kind of keeping everything in place. We got a bolt up here, somewhere, it's way up there. So everything's kind of in place where it's going to be for now. But like I keep saying, we're trying to figure out what's going to go on here. We have a couple theories, but yeah, it's just a theory at this point. So like I said, we're calling it a day. We're gonna get back after this tomorrow and try to button everything up. Pretty happy with the way today went. It seemed to have gone fairly well up until this point. So yeah, we'll check back tomorrow and we'll get back after it.